Well, good evening. I
Good
think we're
evening,
here.
everyone. Hello, guys.
Good evening.
Here we are. Here we are again.
We are
And
here.
let's check if this time we are live on Facebook as well, because well, you
Yeah,
probably have
well, it,
noticed we're changing
I
things
need
a little bit once again.
I need to press the button over here because this takes a little bit and just a few seconds. We should be live on Facebook as well. And yes, I think we are live already. But this takes a little bit longer, and it's always a little bit with a delay. But I think we are getting there. I think we are getting there.
Okay, let me see here.
Yep, we just got a notification that we are live on Facebook. I can see us
We
now.
are live on Facebook and on YouTube. We are bigger than FIFA. Wow. Well, not that much. Okay, guys. So I think we are ready. I can see here. So people they can comment on Facebook too. You can turn on the capitals. Amazing.
Yep, the
Go
live
ahead. Go
captions.
ahead, guys.
So, Lionel, you started with the very interesting
Uh,
post.
yeah,
And so I think you do the honors about discussing the topic for today.
give me
Why,
give me just a second. Give me
of
just a
course.
second because I'm having here. I was having here a few sound issues. I think it's sorted out. Okay, sorry,
Well,
sorry,
we can
sorry.
we can hear
I
you
couldn't. You
perfectly.
okay? No, but I think we're okay already. The issue is, as I was posting the live on the group as well. I was getting well a double sound in here, but yeah, we are
Oh,
ready. We
well,
are ready with it sorted. Okay. So Sergio, sorry I interrupted you. Good
no,
evening,
I was
everyone.
just going to pass the ball to you because since you were the one posting today's topic for our discussion, well,
Mhm.
I think everyone is very interested in hearing what makes Portugal Unplugged unique and different from all of the other groups that are out there on Facebook and on other sites and whatnot. So, well, it's not a bragging issue, I would say. It's more like, well, finding our voice and finding our niche and having people find us, people who basically share the same values than we do and why they look at us. So go ahead, Lionel.
Yeah, well, you summed this very well, and in fact, well, I want to thank you and thank everybody. We already beyond the 14,000 members, so the community is growing steadily. I was just checking, well, before I posted, and we just made the 10,000 members post just a few months ago. And things are growing. And in the last week, in the last couple of days, we had a big increase of members here at Portugal Unplugged. And if well, any of the new members is watching us over here, we do this pretty much every Monday in the evening. So we discuss a few ideas. Why is Portugal Unplugged so important? Why does Portugal Unplugged really matter? The reason is simple. Gabriel, you made a post that is very uh, 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 well, insightful of an issue that we've been addressing and talking over and over and over. And we have our old live sessions, all the live sessions on YouTube, and people can go there and they hear us talking about safety over and over. And the safety issues, they are always well present in our thoughts, in our way of being, in our way of living. And Gabriel, you addressed this in a very direct way, without any sugarcoating, without any well embellishment. And what we see a little bit all over the internet, it's that people just try to sugarcoat everything, they embellish everything because there's always a concern of some backlash. There's always the concern about losing business, whatever. Um, well, there's values, there are bigger values above all that. There are things that are way more important than that. And seeing people just breaking the rules, going beyond, well, the fences, putting themselves in danger, all that, of course, we get really concerned about it. We get really worried about it because it's our beloved country. And in fact, if something goes wrong in here, this will affect not just us, but it will affect everybody else. And it might affect, well, definitively, unfortunately, some people that just decide to break those rules. So this is something that is a concern we have. There's a lot more than just beyond business. There's a lot more than just feeling, oh, I'm not going to say this or I'm not going to do that because this is going to hurt my revenue. Well, there are bigger values, okay? And I feel that around the online communities, um, there are very few people that really address this kind of thing. There are really few people that speak openly about this kind of things. So, Gabriel, when you posted the pictures with people just well going around the fences, people standing in places that are forbidden, that happens everywhere. Okay, and um, I've seen that happening even in here, Cabo de Roca and stuff like that. It's day after day after day. Azanhas do Mar, in the place that is forbidden, by example, in Azanhas do Mar, that is to go beyond the fence, the fine it's 300 euros for some people that don't know. I've seen bridal photo shoots. I've seen people proposing on the cliffs. So people do not assess the risks. People really don't understand this kind of thing, and they think that these safety issues are just to be annoying. Um, and then it happens that you're just reaching one of those places, like last year in Cabo de Roca. You are arriving, and you see all of the first responders, the firemen, the police, and all that. Someone just fell the cliff, okay, because was taking a picture. And this has been happening over and over and over, and several times a year, unfortunately. Um, I remember, by example, one of the comments on your posts, someone kind of saying, "What does this have to do about fires?" Um, well, I'm just going to drop the bomb. I've read a few hours ago. Surveillance crews around Sintra Mountain have been increased because supposedly in some kind of a, well, dodgy WhatsApp or Telegram group or whatever. Okay, they mentioned WhatsApp, but probably in some more dark networks, some people were kind of, well, planning to create chaos over there to set something on fire. And I don't want to spread the panic with this. Okay, but this is a reality we need to address. Um, there's always a lunatic somewhere. There's always a crazy person somewhere, and people sometimes don't assess those risks. So we're not just talking about the natural risk. We are talking about a few other things, but the risk exists. So if the safety staff, if the security, if the firemen, if the police, they say, don't go there, well, at least they have a role. They are the authority. They are the ones that supposedly are there to keep people safe. Otherwise, there would be no point of this. So we've been talking about a lot of these issues, and I feel that we probably the very few, I don't want to say we're the only ones, but we are probably the very few that really address these subjects. And then there's the other thing that it's about honest recommendations about places. And once again, we've been seeing posts about beautiful pictures about amazing places, but we know that seasonally they go crazy. Seasonally, it's hard to go there, and the Algarve faces a big pressure into tourism. And then I'm just going to share with you this. Today, I drove past several beautiful beaches that there was plenty of parking, there was plenty of room on the beach. We could just sit on the sand and have almost the whole beach just for us. But people are just following the trends, following just the same old, same recipe. And a lot of people are being fooled, being told that the Algarve is the only destination to go in Portugal if you want to go to the beach, by example. So this is something that we try to do over here. And once again, for the new members that don't know us, this is something we try to do over here. It's to give some insights, to give really the real insights about this or that place, this or that monument, and the expected experience. We are not going to embellish the things to say, oh, you go there, the pictures are beautiful, and you're going to get that beautiful picture that you saw online. you're gonna be able to take the exact same picture. Sorry to say, in most cases you can't. And this is just someone being real and being realistic about what's going on. And in that way, we want people to have nice experiences in here. We want people to really enjoy their time in Portugal. But sometimes the truth, it's well, not what a lot of people would like to hear. But we're not just gonna tell people you're fine, go do this, do that, just on behalf of business. And it's something that well, it's not in our core. And even well, recently I made a few posts public about some guidance, some insights about how to move around here and there. And I got people messaging me, kind of, "What are you doing? You are ruining our business, or you should learn how to do business." Well, sorry to say, I'm on the business for several years, and well, we're here strong and steady. In fact, about doing business, there's many ways about doing business. Some of them not so clear, and people are just being fooled or being kind of scammed, in fact, by certain maneuvers, by certain suggestions, by certain I would say um, upselling dodgy techniques, and people just fall into that. So that's not our way of doing things. And that's why, well, I want to thank everybody for helping this community to grow, and we are growing in steady numbers. And it seems like we've been doing something valuable and relevant, because percentually we are really with some interesting growth over here. So this is just a little bit of my thoughts about this. Sergio, I know that you also have been doing some interesting topics here and there. They're getting quite relevant, and when people trust what they've been told, they also feel more comfortable about sharing some experiences that didn't go so well. But of course, this trust needs to go both ways. We are here, we have our businesses, we invest a lot of time and money into doing this. Some people, by example, don't know, but even to do lives in I would not say a professional way, but at least to have a little bit of a better quality on our live sessions. We are investing. We are using a platform that it's not for free, and a lot of people still think that information in Facebook should be free, and the Facebook groups are free for all, and they're just there to get business, and there's nothing to be given in exchange. But we are investing here. Of course, we have our businesses, but more than all, we really want people to have a great time. And of course, this needs to work both ways. So we also like to see that from the other side, people really understand our effort and our commitment over here. And that's why, this three guys show up on Mondays to say a few things over here, and then we get the feedback from people who watched us. This is just my take, Sergio. I'm going to throw the ball to you, and you probably have a few more insights to add to this.
Well, thank you, and welcome to everyone, and especially for the new members. One of the things that I actually realized, because you were talking about new members, is that we actually didn't introduce ourselves. So over here, over on this side over here, we have Lionel from, as you can see, Desirable Portugal Tours. He's centered near Lisbon, in the center of the country. As for the guy over here in the center, it's my company is called Portugal EV Tours. EV because, I debuted the concept of using electric vehicles to tour the basically the Douro Valley and now most of the country, in fact. And I'm very happy and proud to say that I'm not the only one anymore. And then over here, over on this side here, we have Gabriel Lima from GL Tours. His setup still doesn't allow him to put, or he forgot. I know that he's been
No,
feeling a little bit
I,
under the
I didn't
weather.
wanna. I didn't wanna put there.
Yeah, but
I'm
so
more
GL.
important than my friend.
Of course. So GL Tours, and as you can see from the beautiful background that he has over there, he's based in the south in the Algarve, a beautiful town of Albufeira. That it's one of those things that 90% of people say that you shouldn't go to Albufeira, but well, we are going to be the voice telling you different, and that's what unplugged means. Do things different, do things a little bit more authentically as well. So that's how the core of the group came to be. We got to know each other. In fact, Lionel and I, we actually go back since I started doing tours a little bit over 8 years ago, and we always shared the same philosophy, the same approach, going off the beaten path, discovering new things, going beyond the obvious, because there's a whole new side of Portugal that people don't even dream that exists over here. And I would even go as far as to say that if you're sticking to the coast, to what I have very fondly called the Portugal for beginners, I would say that you're missing out on pretty much 90% of the country. You're seeing a decent portion of it, yes, and I call it Portugal for beginners for a reason. But then, well, the other 90%, that's what I call advanced Portugal. And that's where the three of us, we really excel, is that showing you a different side of the country, or even within the places that are typically, very famous, very spoken about. Like, for example, Lionel, he does Sintra in a very unique and very different way. Gabriel, for sure, is going to show you little towns, villages, and even a couple of vineyards down there in the Algarve. And it's one of the things that, well, people think that, oh, okay, Algarve, sand, beach, caves, and that's it. No, there's a very rich history, cultural, gastronomic, and even wine scene going over there. And well, as for me, my specialty is wine tourism, particularly at the Douro Valley, because I'm focused in the north. But I've had people who did the Douro Valley in the past with other guides. And going back to what you were saying, Lionel, who were actually ashamed of telling about their first Douro Valley experience with other guides, and which they told me because they thought it was absolutely, let's call it a bit of a circus, to say the least. And when they realized what the Douro Valley truly is about, when they were touring with me, about the things that they said, the quality of the information, the selection of wineries and producers that I took them to, the gastronomic experience over there as well, that's when they felt that they should definitely, that's when they felt that they have really explored the Douro Valley. And well, basically, well, they spend a day with me, and at the end of the day, um, I'm very happy to have delivered a very good experience. That's what is important for the three of us, I would say. But in fact, we only scratch the surface when we have just one day available. Because if we had a little bit more
Mhm.
time, and I know this is true for both of you guys as well, if we had a little bit more time to explore the areas that we really love, then we can show them the true authenticity and genuine Portugal. So yeah, Lionel, as you were saying, quality of information is good. We tend to do things a little bit differently over here. Not to say that it's better or worse. It's just different, and we like to let people decide if our approach is valid or not. Well, Gabriel, your recent post about what's happening in the Algarve also shows a very unique side of what one of our core values. I like to describe that as brutal honesty. We're not here to sugarcoat things. We're not here to, like we say in Portuguese, dourar a pílula. No,
Mhm.
it's sometimes going to be rough. It's going to be blunt, but it's going to be honest. We're not here to say that you should do this, 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 or that if we don't believe ourselves that it's something worth doing. For example, in my case, a very specific example. So when some people ask me about a couple of vineyards at the Douro Valley, well, sometimes I say these are good options, or I flat out tell them I don't believe these are in the best interest unless you want to do for a very specific reason that you heard about them and you really know what you want to try over there. I can't recommend the vineyards that you're talking about because I feel there are better options, and better value propositions out there. So yeah, this basically is the core of the Portugal Unplugged group. Lionel, you talked extensively about safety, and that is also a very important thing. But it's something that I would say uh, it's a little bit the traveler's responsibility to think about it, but
Hmm.
he shouldn't have to think about it. And the reason
Yeah.
that for that is because if it's embedded in our way of working, in our way of touring, in our way of delivering experiences, um, people shouldn't be concerned about it. One of the things that I still haven't got time to read your extensive post that you posted just before dinner, but yeah, I can guess what is on there for sure because it's a few of the things that we've talked extensively. And well, more expensive does not necessarily mean best. And being cheap, having a cheap or affordable, let's call it admission price, does not necessarily mean that the full experience is going to be affordable. Um,
Yeah.
so these are different approaches that people have, and as you were saying, there are many ways and many different ways to do business, to create experiences and whatnot. At the end of the day, well, the three of us, we are here managing our own businesses. We have this partnership that's been going super well as well. But um, even though we like to share as well, and this is one of the things that was posted earlier, one of the things that we like to share is we like to share our 2 cents and our ideas about places, destinations, experiences, accommodations, etc. But we need to offer something in order to get something back as well. So, and yeah, for sure, we can offer cookie cutter tours and experiences and putting the names that everyone hears about, and people will think, oh, he's mentioning this, this, and that. I heard this before, so this must mean that it's a good option or a good alternative. Sometimes it simply just means that well, people don't want to have the trouble to well to research a whole lot. And when we are creating itineraries, I know that the three of us, we suggest places, accommodations, experiences, tours that most people don't even dream about. I know it might be frightening for quite a few people because there's no reference for what we are suggesting. It's not very well documented. But because it's not very well documented, maybe that's because, well, very few people are doing it because probably it's the most authentic experience. It's the most genuine experience that you can have. So when you hear us talk about things that you don't hear elsewhere, well, add that to your list of things to see. Do a little bit of research, do your comparisons, and see if the things that you're going to see posted on our group that you're going to hear us talk about during our lives, to see if they have any merit or not. So that's all that we can that we can say that we can recommend. This is why Portugal Unplugged exists. This is how, and this is the reason why it was created to deliver all of these great experiences off the beaten path. We've talked a lot about this in the last 3 years. And yeah, that's definitely the way to go for us. And well, the very recent success that we are seeing, and by success I mean the growth that we are seeing in our group, it means that there are people who are looking for uh, this, how do you say it, lufada de ar fresco, this breath
Yeah.
of fresh air that we're
Hmm.
seeing over here in the touring scene, because it's different and it's someone who is okay, maybe not shouting, but it's a different voice that is not in line with what everyone else is saying. And well, if it's a different voice, maybe there is value in hearing a different opinion. Gabriel, what do you think?
Well,
Let me
Brutally
just
honest
interrupt you.
guy.
Let
go
me
ahead.
just
Go ahead.
interrupt you with one thing. You know that you just spoke about something that just happened a few days ago. We had someone asking on our group, "Oh, we have an extra day. we are based in Lisbon. What should we do? And I was pretty much the only one suggesting to come to Mafra, um, not to give less value to the other suggestions, but some suggestions were a little bit out of the way, like going to Aveiro and stuff like that. It's beautiful, but it's not a day trip from Lisbon. And it's quite rewarding to have our members to come back and thank for the suggestion that we gave. Kind of, they asked a question, and pretty much we gave a suggestion that immediately fit what they were looking for, and they never had heard about it, and pretty much they came back just to thank, because they had a great time. So this is pretty much what we do over here as well, within our possibilities, within our availability. When people ask for suggestions, we want really people to have a great time, more than just suggesting popular places or commercial places, or even worse than that, places that will bring benefits. But that's another story. But it's quite rewarding to see things going this way, and that's why I feel that members are finally acknowledging that here at Portugal Unplugged, in general, when they really have trouble with something or a question with something, they get answers that really matter and make sense, instead of getting just a lot of random suggestions that might be interesting, and people that give those suggestions, they might be on the best will to help, but sometimes geographically, logistically, or time wise, they just don't fit. So just my 2 cents about this. Gabriel, your turn.
Well, I'm just gonna follow you guys. I'm not gonna talk too much because I'm still recovering my voice. So I wrote some words, but I've been struggling a bit with my voice. But yes, we have a voice here, and everyone has a voice here. And here, everyone can speak whatever they want without feeling, scared or afraid to talk about sometimes things that they don't fit into the popular narratives. Because we all know how the world works. We have influencers, we have groups, Facebook groups, travel advisors, and many of these groups and some people, they become like authorities. And of course, if you don't agree with these authorities, you don't put out what you think. So I think we need to stand out when things are not going in the best way. I mean, and of course, as the locals, we live here, we are natives, we feel the country in a deeper level. I'm
Mhm.
very aware that people, they move here 5, 10 years ago. They love this. They live many times. They live in their own bubbles, in their own communities. They just don't struggle with lack of budget or whatever. Well, maybe some they struggle. I mean, they don't feel Portugal like we feel. And we talk with locals. We work in tourism industry, but we also talk with our fellow friends and neighbors here. So I'm very aware about what people they say about what is happening. Well, I know it's worldwide, but also here in the Algarve. I mean, let me be very honest. We all know that the Algarve has been touristic since the 60s and the 70s. Lisbon, Porto Sintra, they were not as much like 10, 15 years ago. And now they are also struggling with the same issues we start having here. Well, maybe first, the first hotspots here, Albufeira, Praia da Rocha, and some others, they struggle a lot and they lost some of the soul. I mean, of course, the places are still beautiful. I recommend people to go to Praia da Rocha, of course, Portimão, the river, Albufeira. Of course, I tell people to avoid the street, but there are so many other beautiful spots around here. And the same goes with Lagos. Sometimes I came out with this Lagos, and why? Because Lagos is the most overly hyped town in the Algarve these days, and not just that, Ponta de Piedade, Camilo, Algarceco, Carvoeiro, Farragudo, and what I've been seeing in the past 15, 20 years. I've been seeing the changes, and not all changes are good. When people they arrived here 5 years ago, they didn't see the changes. So for them seeing the beautiful facades of Airbnbs in Lagos or Farragudo or Carvoeiro or Albufeira, for them it's just something normal. When I see that, I don't see anymore. And even today, I walk through some streets in Lagos. And when I was talking with my good friends from Mumbai, India, and they travel a lot. They are businessmen worldwide, so they've been traveling a lot, and they were also, let's say, they were also agreeing with this worldwide issue we are having, that massive tourism. It's changing so many places like Amsterdam, Barcelona, Dubrovnik, Venice, Kyoto, Southern California. I mean, this is an issue. And if we address this, it's not because we have like a, I'm not pleased to talk about this, but sometimes we have to address this because we have concerns. So when I see the Algarve taken by not tourists, it's not about tourists, it's about massive tourists, and many of them with bad behaviors. I not even blame them. I blame the authorities in the municipalities because they only think about the short term, the income. Let's build more hotels. Let's tax tourists. Let's make more money. Maybe the hotel owners, they're going to support our party or whatever, and then we're gonna stay in power. I mean, we know how this works, right? So let's not be naive. So when we address some kind of issues, it's not because we want, it's because we feel. So when I see people jumping all over the fences, crossing solid lanes, not respecting parts, not respecting local people, sorry, but I have to stand up, and I will always talk about it, no matter what. I know some people they don't like it. I could care less because if people they don't care about us, why should I care about those kind of people? But hey, on the positive side, just look. I felt, and for sure you too, I felt very surprised with the reactions of the posts I made 2 days ago. I didn't expect so many people. They agree with us because they understand. They are intelligent. They are clever. They know it's not something about anti. They also are travelers. I am a traveler too. So when I go to a place, I want to leave the place better than before. So when we have people with consciousness, of course, these people they agree. And of course, I'm not gonna every day, just addressing these issues because we have so many good things. Even today, I walk in Lagos, I walk in Carvoeiro, and I agree the spots they are absolutely amazing. Just like Tavira, just like Faro, just like Albufeira, just like Olhão. The Algarve is amazing. Portugal is amazing. But let's not allow all these excessive sugar coating, or I'm not going to allow that some people they destroy the places because they sugarcoat so much that they deceive people at the point that sometimes I read on Facebook, I never been into Portugal, but I want to move to Lagos. This doesn't make any sense.
Hmm.
People, they should go, they should live, they should experience the seasonality different, because many times this happens. People, they move to whatever, Caldas da Rainha, Porto, Lisbon, Tavira, or Faro, and then they realize that after 3, 4 months, 6 months, well, this is not the place I want to live. So I'm sorry. This is what Unplug is about too. Sometimes we touch matters, topics that people they don't like it. But I mean, when we say out loud that please don't do that move without doing research, without living here, 1 month in Tavira, 2 months in Lagos, try, live, rent a house. This is a good, this is a good advice. I'm not saying that people they are whatever. I'm just saying. I'm just applying for the common sense. And maybe then we're gonna see some people because we have also trolls. Oh, but people maybe they don't want to hear what you have to say. I mean, I know some people they don't want, but I know some others they want, and this is what we do here. So we talk about things that usually other groups they don't talk about it because that's what it's their core, and it's fine. But sometimes here we address the dark side, so the not so beautiful side of the travel industry of Portugal. Portugal is a great country. Of course it is. It's perfect. It's not. It's better than other countries. In what matter? Because we need to go deeper, right? Portugal doesn't run quite well in Europe in many ways, but in some other ways, it's definitely a great country. I mean, the gastronomy is amazing, and the weather, and the people. Even today, I heard this again. Gabriel, we came from, I'm not going to mention the names in other countries in Europe who are very popular. There's no one like the Portuguese people, welcoming, warm, always with a smile. And this is something that we feel very proud of it, right? So, but it is it. So we created the Portugal Unplugged because we like to have a voice and we like to give people the chance to have their own voice too without feeling afraid, without fear of backlash. There's no, as soon as people, they are not toxic or trolls or not polite, it's okay. Just bring it on. Just talk about what you think about Portugal, whatever. We're gonna try to address and we're gonna try to help. And we learn from you too, because sometimes just like we locals, oh, we don't say everything because maybe we don't want to hurt the feelings of visitors. The thing goes the other way around. Some people maybe they don't say some things about Portugal because they don't want to make the Portuguese feeling offended. I mean, I don't mind when people they tell me, Gabriel, I think this is a good, but why don't you do this like this way? I mean, as soon as they are polite, what is the problem? There's no problem. I'm not going to tell people, who are you to talk about Portugal? I don't do that because this is what I like to do. I like we engage with people. And even yet, even today, again, just to finish, I was talking with these two great friends, new friends, because we had a very good engagement from Mumbai. They've been in Boston, they've been everywhere, businesses, universities, whatever, very, very aware people. And I mean, and then I said, the best part of my job is engaging with people from all walks of life, from all backgrounds, from all around the world. I don't care if you are Chinese, Indian, American, or British. I don't care. As long as people they have this uh, proactive mindset and a good mindset to solve problems, to address things, this is the kind of people I like. So I think that we created Portugal Unplugged to give this opportunity for people to come here and to talk about all these topics we've been talking about. Sometimes they are a bit tough, but sometimes life is hard, right? So we need to address sometimes the struggles too, right? Okay, guys, I'm going to throw the ball because I'm losing my voice.
You're struggling over there. And let me just pick up on what you just said. And while I'm sharing live here some numbers. Um, if you would be totally wrong in your approach, if you would be just writing something that was not worth it and was not relevant, you would not have got, almost 60,000 people where your post has reached. And, uh, around, 80 shares of your post already online. So what you just did by writing it this way, and there's plenty of people commenting and thanking you for addressing the issue this way. This is relevant and this matters. Okay, and whoever comes to say the opposite, sorry to say, but the numbers uh, will prove it wrong. So I was just seeing here the insights of the post, and yes, there's a lot of people sharing, and in fact what we really want is people to share their experiences. What we really want is people to share what they have seen, what are their thoughts about this. And this is what Portugal Unplugged it's all about. We see a lot of other communities that there's always just like some hidden agendas being driving the groups. There's a lot of fake titles and expertises and this and that, but that's another story. In here, we're not going to really sugarcoat that. We are three guides, each one on its own area, and each one really passionate by our beloved country, and we really want people to have a nice time over here. So when they go back home, they will remember the experience over here for a long, long time. And this is what really moves us over here. So, all the rest, it's just noise around from a lot of people that probably will never, achieve to do what we've been doing already. And this is not much, but it's already way more than what a lot of people have been doing. and we put a lot of effort in this and commitment, and we really like what we've been doing here. So people's feedback, it's really important and of course quite rewarding to get. But well, I think that in this supposedly 30 minutes that we were going live, we summed this very well, why Portugal Unplugged matters. And of course, well, we are here, the community is growing, we are here to help. And you already know that, well, whenever possible, sometimes some of us, they are, well, we are through the roof with, business tours or other things. Some of us sometimes deserve a few days off as well to, well, to recharge the batteries, like I've just did during the weekend. And well, we try, the three of us, in the, well, a very relaxed approach to help the travelers that are really looking forward to come to Portugal. And many of them have become great friends. Many of
Right.
them come back. Many of them, recommend our work to their friends as well. So that really means that we've probably been doing something great. Sergio, do you have any final thoughts?
Actually, for this time, no. I think you guys said it all basically. So the only thing left for me to do is, well, to wish everyone a great night, a great week ahead, and well, I don't know if Gabriel, if you wanna wrap it up.
We just said it all. It was amazing. It's always a big pleasure to chat with you on Mondays. I mean, we love to do this. We could do this in private because we like to talk between us. But we also know that people, they like to hear our versions of, and sometimes so blunt, and sometimes so a bit harsh. But people, they like also people like us, because like we've been said, like we said, we don't only sugarcoat. We really address the big bull. We just face the big bull.
Hmm.
Sometimes the elephant on the room, and we are not scared of that. So from my end, I just want to wish you a great week ahead, and for sure Monday we're gonna bring another topic. And I just wanna invite people to keep posting posts with questions, and then that just join us if you can. I know it's not the best time in countries like Canada or the US, because it's here, it's already 10 p.m., and I know many people that they are working, but then you can see the videos later, whether on YouTube or here on Facebook. So from
And
my hand, guys, it's
we
everything, always a pleasure.
And we have a great, well, some great news with this new platform. People can be watching our videos and get the captions, the closed captions. We already have available our videos that you can read instead of being listening, because Facebook and I think YouTube, it's already doing the same. Has the closed captions on the video, so you can follow us without needing to hear the sound.
Exactly.
Um, well, closing from my end as well. So I wish you a great week ahead, and well, see you back next Monday. Thank you very much. See you next Monday.
Bye
See you
bye,
next
guys.
Monday.
See you
Bye.
next Monday.
Bye.